Welcome, good evening, and welcome to another scene within the city of Edessa, within a certain haven we have been to many times before, but yes, tonight we are back with Madeline, who is currently, she's just gotten a few letters written, just going over certain things, a bit of, a bit of back and forth between her and a certain person called Juno, her ghoul. Um, she's just, spent a bit of time doing this. Uh, Will one of the other people who live in this fine building perhaps make her a visit? Who knows?
Yeah, it's early on in the night, and Thorvald is on his way. You know that he's on his way to his work. He wakes up a little bit later than Madeline because Madeline has the early riser
Mm-hmm.
thing. And he comes down the stairs, and he's sort of he comes down the stairs and he's sort of groggily pulling on his trousers and shirt, looking for his boots. Hmm. He came back the other evening, um, looking quite full of vitality, and that vitality hasn't really left him. There's a sort of air of resurgence about Thorvald, even in his barely awake state. But he came back and said nothing really about where he'd been. He goes to Madeline and kisses her forehead.
Hmm. Smell wonderful.
My love, another night in paradise.
Hmm. I hope so. Or maybe not. I'm assuming you met with her?
He looks at her. With whom?
You are the person you need to protect? Or you have
Oh,
protect?
um, I saw her the other night. Yes, but she's written. She left me a note. I found it when I got back. She wants to talk to me about something tonight, so I'm making my way down there soon.
Hmm.
She didn't say what. Women are cryptic.
Hmm. Sometimes women are cryptic, and sometimes they are quite straightforward.
He raises a brow.
Very few women would not pass the opportunity to be with you.
Oh, there's only one that I would wish to spend all my nights with.
True. I know this.
I met with my sire last night.
And she, like, gets a little bit more, less, relaxed. She says, ah, hmm, perhaps it is that which is a little bit different.
She is well. She's been expanding her domain.
That is good news.
The curfew doesn't seem to have affected her in any way. As I guessed, it would not. She wanted to hear about my progress with you.
Hmm.
I told her the truth.
It's always a good way to be truthful.
She seemed pleased. She offered no immediate action or threat to anything that I was doing or you were doing. I think she's quite content at the moment. Or at least her attention is directed elsewhere.
Yes, Primogen. One could only assume that she has quite a few things to see to.
I believe that she may be on the cusp of asking for permission to embrace again.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I believe she's on the cusp of asking for permission to embrace again.
Ah.
I have not seen Lydia, but I've no doubt she's been taking her to court. Something's going on. I know my sire well enough.
Do you approve of this?
Lydia's a spoilt child. She knows very little about how to be gangrel. She's more of a socialite, shall we say. It's not my place to approve or disapprove of my sire's choices. I'm sure if she does gain the permission to embrace, it will be beneficial, he says with a sort of hiss in his voice.
Do you think her newest prospect worthy of the embrace?
I'm gonna roll something. Let's pick a dice roller a sec. That one looks like it's being used. Dice roller 1. Hang on. Nope. Torvald tries to hide. You could tell that he tries to hide his facial expressions, but he's unsuccessful. No, I do not.
But you would not defy your sire. I understand.
No, I would not. He walks closer. He walks closer to Madeline. Just sort of. Is she sat down or is she stood up?
She has sat down at this moment. She seems to be contemplating something.
He sits next to her. I've
But
seen older men, stronger men, and better men be laid to dust for defying my sire.
then she is blind. And either we must help this new blood, if and when she is embraced, become less spoiled to see the truth. This is our duty to most. Or she doesn't finish that sentence. He just smiles.
Torvald reaches for Madeline's hands and he just, if she lets him, he'll take them and kiss her fingers and say, "Oh, where's the teacher?
Yes, always the teacher.
She was pleased with my progress, and she rewarded me.
Hmm. Oh, she fed you?
He nods.
So that is what you were. What I could see in you. I did detect something different.
The blood makes me stronger so that I may be a better husband to you. Or whatever you want to call it in your tongue.
Husband. Hmm. We are much more than wife and husband, would you not say?
You're better with words than I am, my love.
The two of us understand the world better than most. We love each other, share the blood of our dark mother. We are much more than two people thrown together to fortify or link two families. We belong together, the two of us.
We do. And that is not a bond reinforced by blood, or by honour, or by duty, or by words, or by the power of others, as you say.
Exactly. I hope you begin to understand why it is I will not drink of you.
I understand.
I hope you see this. Truly.
I see it, but he turns her hand over slightly. It does not dampen my need to taste you.
She cracks a smile. Do you wish to taste me?
I keep my word. Our bond is as it is. If we ever wish to do so, we will taste each other. That has been our agreement so far.
To think that she is so blind as to not see how powerful you are. Reward you in earnest for what you are. It is one thing for a neonate to dismiss such things, but an elder.
He smiles. I fear you see me through love's eyes. I am just a
I do,
man.
but I also see through the eyes of my teachings.
I'm the man you made me, that is sure enough. I'm the man I was born to be in your presence.
She smiles quite widely.
Which is why I hope you are not intimidated by my pet. He looks up and studies her.
Your pet?
Sadia,
Oh, no, I am not.
perception, empathy.
You gotta make me roll it.
You're better at this than me. You just need to roll well, and I need to roll.
Wow. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Ah, for once.
I will actually give it to you. Um, she's not. Well, there is something there. A bit of uncertainty, a bit of something, but you don't get the sense that she's necessarily intimidated. Maybe it's something else.
Something. He just says, "No, you fear no one." Then what is it?
Why? I know from experience that, as you know with Gutria and others, that it can be quite intoxicating to have someone who is obeys your every whim if you make her your ghoul.
And why would I want someone that obeys my every whim?
Did not say you did.
Of course I want her. She fulfills part of my teachings that I need to learn. She soothes part of my nature that needs to be soothed.
Hmm.
And she provides an important business partnership that needs to be made.
Hmm.
But she will never be you.
Not much is certain.
I don't want a slave for a bride. I don't want a master for a bride. I want you, your resistance, and your compliance.
She gets up and kisses him, quite affectionately.
You feel him smile in the kiss.
And that is what you will have with me.
I want to be with someone who will always speak their mind to me. And we have that bond. You need not fear any of it. She may or may not be a presence in our future as much as Gutria is. But times come and pass. Empires rise and fall. We will be the ones left standing.
Quite so.
I will need your advice, though.
Oh,
I've never made a human a ghoul before.
and you wish to make her a ghoul?
I do. I don't
I
know
realize.
how long I can go in close to her without making her a ghoul before she starts to suspect things. She's not a stupid woman.
No.
She's very astute indeed.
First of all, she must have the third drink before you tell her anything. The
I
blood
don't,
bond is not strong enough for her to accept some of the realities that you will have to tell her. I will not go into too much detail. This must be passed gradually.
how did you do it with Gutria?
Gutria, as you may remember, was already privy to quite a few unusual things as a child.
Made it easier. Just
When you are apparently in family with beasts, yes, you are exposed to that in your childhood. Certain things are a lot easier to accept. You perhaps know them from childhood, and if that is the case, well,
it's my sense of honor that bothers me in this. I feel I am abusing her by feeding her my blood without her consent.
well, I make it a point with my ghouls, and I would advise you to do the same. Ghouls are more maneuverable and malleable than most people think. Those clans who have dominate, some of them tend to use them as blunt objects, no free will of their own. But it very much depends on what you tell them and on what exactly is said to them and how you approach your relationship. If you emphasize her speaking her mind, her thinking for herself, then that will something she will praise, something she will seek to do.
Be easy enough to pass my blood into her. She's susceptible to me as a man. She seems to desire me.
Of
I'm
course,
gonna I'm gonna roll something now because he's actually lying. Not lying, but he's hiding something. Wow, what a shit roll.
he didn't budge. Two.
You know Thorwald's hiding something. He's being purposefully, as a passionate person who uses quite passionate words, he's being purposely cold about it, which is an indicator that he's lying or hiding something.
There is something more to her connection to you. She does more than just desire you, perhaps.
Maybe.
Please to tell. I promise you I will not spread rumors around the city. Not of you.
That's not what I'm concerned about. I know you, Madeline.
Better than most.
I don't want her harmed.
She smiles at you, and
He doesn't. He doesn't smile.
she smiles, but it's not like seductive or anything. It's quite warm. And she just looks at you and she says, I know this might be difficult, but realize that I am not your sire. Whatever problems I might have with someone, it is my problem to deal with. I will not harm her. Only, I will only harm her if she comes and asks for lessons from me.
I don't think she's. I think she's been through enough pain in her life, from what I know.
Perhaps, but trust me, I will not harm her.
I fear she's in for more if her feelings for me are as genuine as she seems to. She's not. She's too guarded to be honest at the moment. But I see it in her.
Well,
The strings of love forming.
is there something wrong with this?
No.
The great fighter Torvald. He cannot be. He cannot be stopped informing. Well, having many admirers.
People I love tend to die.
Well, you can be rest assured that one of the people who love you have died and still will not leave you alone.
She smiles at that. I care for her, in honesty. I see something in her that is of my past and a lost part of myself.
You care a lot for a pit fighter. I do not begrudge it. I welcome it. I praise it. Me,
Oh,
Gutria, this other person, this other lady of the night.
perhaps I have a soft spot for ladies of the night.
That can be dangerous, you know.
I'm aware.
Tell me, what is it? I will not harm her.
Well, there is no more. I think she may love me. Absent the blood bond, I have not given her my blood yet.
Well, that is quite possible. I mean, I remember.
She will have lessons to learn when she realizes that fully the extent of our relationship.
Hmm.
Jealousy, betrayal, emotions are hard ones to learn. Harder than the physical ones, I find.
Quite so.
Every mark heals, but the emotional scars stay with you.
Hmm.
She knows already that she'll be a shadow in your image. But I love her in my own way. As a creation. As a teacher. Much in the same way that I care for and love our dear Gutria. A creator's love. Let's hope that she doesn't disappoint me. His look hardens as he says that.
If
Quite
she
so.
does, it will be your job to pick her up and make her stronger.
He nods.
Disappointment, act is a part teaching.
I don't think she's trustworthy of me enough yet to drink from a cup. I think I might have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Or you can drink it in a drink of wine, perhaps. Drink of it yourself with your blood in it. You should be able to drink. And if you drink from it and she drinks from it, she will probably not
I think I might.
argue.
I think I might be arguing with myself. I think I might prefer the old-fashioned way. Since it's something I cannot do with you yet. He gets a bit of a smirk on his face.
Quite so. Quite so. I am not judging.
Oh.
I merely wish to say my piece and perhaps give you advice.
I wonder what she wants to talk to me about. She sounded hurried in her letter. He takes it out of his pocket. She knows I was coming tonight, but she sends a letter anyway.
Perhaps she cannot stop thinking of you.
Thor turns his head away and sort of rolls his eyes a bit.
That is cute.
Cute. I don't think I've ever heard you use that word before.
Things are. I believe that I myself is, well, perhaps not. Sometimes.
And it's not a word I would use to describe you.
Like I did myself recant from using that word.
Of course, like I said, you and Clan the Sombre are welcome in the Night House. But I don't know whether I'm thrilled or afraid of your presence there. A little of both, I think.
Is it partly due to the fact that you do not wish me to be in such a place?
I find it difficult.
All the more reason for me to go then.
He looks away from her and does that "God damn it" expression. I don't know how to put it other than that.
God damn it.
Sort of like surliness. He scrunches his face slightly. I see you live still to torture me.
One of the perks.
How am I supposed to pay attention to what I'm doing with you there?
A lesson in focus.
Very well. Something I need to learn for court, I imagine.
Oh, yes.
I still struggle.
I know it can be distracting, but it will make you all the better in the end.
You know how my desire flows for you.
I do. Very much.
I met with Mother also recently.
Hmm.
I'm the Nosferatu.
Oh, yes.
Eros. They're going to be helping me in Riverside, I think I mentioned.
So many people so focused on that place.
This curfew needs to end. If anyone knows anything, it's usually the Nosferatu, other than you.
Thank you. But I think you give me a little too much credit.
I didn't even mention that corrupt guard. I'm looking into it.
Hmm.
I've been holed up in my various houses of pleasure, and I'm a little bit ignorant to city gossip at the moment. So I think it may be time for both of us to get back in touch with what's going on at court.
Why? We have time still.
Something I always forget. It's time for me to go evade the watch.
Shall I have mercy on you, I wonder? Or shall I accompany you? She smiles.
He takes her hands again and presses his lips and then his forehead to them. Have mercy on me for one evening.
Fair enough.
You can talk to me later.
Oh, I will. I will.
I'm sure you will.
And she will just say, well, I'm curious to know how she is, if she wishes to share certain things with you. I will gladly hear of it when you come home.
Share certain things.
Her bed.
Thorvald looks away.
Well, it is quite possible. I mean, I remember when I was in her position, the thoughts of a strong fighter coming to defend me. Quite calming, quite relaxing.
And that is a bridge we have already crossed.
Madeline will say, that is good. And I will
Something about the way you said that says she doesn't think that's good.
Uh, yeah, she has two successes to say, yes, this is very good. So she comes across as, yeah,
How many successes?
two.
Yeah, no. Thorvald thinks that's good. He believes her.
Obviously, Madeline thinks that is very good as well. Well, do have fun. And, oh, yes,
The tone
remember,
of her letter was not fun-loving, so
well, if you
I think it will
require
be an evening
assistance,
of business.
if you require assistance, please. I can help you if need be.
You know I always desire your presence.
Hmm.
He stands up and reaches for his cloak, taking it off the wall. Excuse me. And puts it on. And then his sword. And his sword and knife, which are attached to like a scabbard or a belt he ties around his waist. And then his gloves. Madeline's the only person he seems to touch with bare hands. And that's consistent. She would have noticed that.
Hmm.
I'll be home, as usual, an hour before sunrise.
See you then.
We can have our late night discussion then.
She seems to really enjoy that thought.
He leans in and kisses her pretty passionately. He pours a lot of his he tries to give her a kiss that says, I do love you and I am coming back. As much as that can be said in a kiss.
Hmm.
And then he'll pull his hood up and make his way out into the night.
Madeline doesn't wave goodbye to him, but she does lead him to the door, and we'll see him go off. And with that, I believe this scene will come to a close. Thank you very much, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. Good night.